Hola.
Hi, this is Foxy Bloodhound again, coming to you from the hot springs in New Mexico. We have a volunteer here that helps us to keep this place up and running, and we're going to shout her out and hear about her story and kind of what makes this place so great. So tell us your name and what this place is and where we are.
My name is Georgina. My name is Georgina Ortega. I live in Las Vegas, New Mexico. I am a transplant from the Bay Area in California, but I grew up with hot springs, so when I found out there were springs here, that was it. I'm done. This is home since '97. But the Friends of Montezuma, these are the hot springs. We created the nonprofit about a year or so ago. All volunteers. We clean the springs once a month, and we keep them open to the public, and all we ask is that you respect the springs, because the springs are spiritual, they're sacred to the community. They've been here for centuries. Our Native Americans, the Pueblos, and the Plains Indians would meet here and do their business. This was an area that was sacred to both of the Plains and the Pueblos. So this is where they did their trades, their business, but then they also relaxed and blessed the waters and whatever they did with it, but it was peaceful. And
That's
this
awesome.
is kind of what we want to do here. We have a cue card that'll take a snapshot of it. It'll keep you posted on our Facebook, when they're open, when they're closed, what's happening, But we would like for people just to respect the springs and treat them like they were your family, as we do here in San Miguel County, the city of Las Vegas. So we are the Friends of Montezuma, so come and visit us, but just be respectful of them.
And the Friends of Montezuma is the nonprofit, right?
Yes, it is. That's the name of it.
Right on.
The Friends of Montezuma.
Well, that's really cool. Well, I mean, what's your story personally? I mean, what brought you out to New Mexico?
Well, my husband was born and raised here. He moved back after teaching in California for over 30 years in the Bay Area. And so when he retired, he says, let's go home. Well, this is my second marriage, so I said, okay, well, where's home? He brought me here. So this is where I've been ever since then. And like I said, I grew up with springs. In the Napa Valley, we had the Calistoga hot springs. So I'm very familiar with the natural waters are, the hot waters. And they were free. And when I first came here, I said, oh my God, I can die here.
Yeah.
And
They are very
camper.
relaxing. I mean, I've been chilling at these springs for maybe an hour and a half or 2 hours or something, I guess. I don't know. I've lost track of time.
Well, it's
But
all
they're so
volunteer.
nice.
They clean them. They're all volunteers. We keep them as natural as possible. We ask that people read our rules or obey our rules, because these waters here eventually dump into the Gallinas River, which is a contributor to our water, where we store our water for the city, the municipality here. So we like to keep soaps, oils, perfumes, any of that stuff out.
Gotcha.
And we have
So no bringing soap and doing your hair and stuff.
No. No drugs
or alcohol.
No dogs. I mean, you can take a snapshot. I mean, it looks like a lot, but if you go into a private facility, they've got a lot more of
Yeah.
rules, and you have to pay for those.
Well, and a lot of it, I mean, it just makes sense. You don't want people being drunk and belligerent or off their rocker and making people uncomfortable. You also don't want a dog or a cat or something hopping in, and then you've got all the fur that you've got to clean out of the spring. It's just all stuff that makes good logical sense.
We have families that come here.
Yeah.
We don't want somebody nude over here.
Yeah.
Just be respectful, as if it was your home. That's all we ask. And Mother Nature is going to give to us. We just have to be respectful of her. And the springs, I tell people, if you can imagine what it was like to be in your mother's womb, this is what she's given us.
That's beautiful. That's a great way of thinking about it.
That's how I feel about it. You have to respect it. And the springs, again, We have multiple ojos, they call them. And you have these three here, which are the lobsters. They call it the lobster pit. The lobster pit on an average is 110 plus, and it feeds the other two. And then if you go about 100 yards up, there's another one called the toasters. It's a flat slab, and it's about 110. And there's a ladder that you can go in and out.
Pretty warm.
Yeah. And then another 100 feet, there's about 3 of them there that are just a little bit cooler. They're probably about 100. But there's multiple baths. You can be private, by yourself, to meditate, just to enjoy. Or if you want, you can be with all your friends. But if it gets too hot, you just walk down to our frozen river right now.
And you guys can take a look at that. There is literally ice floating on top of the river right now. And as you can see, everybody here is in swimsuits. So this water is very hot. Like I've been out of the water for maybe 5 minutes now, maybe close to 10.
Warm.
I'm still warm. And it's what, 30, 35 out, something like that?
It's probably 35 right now.
Yeah, about 35 degrees out. And yeah, it's just not even being in the water. You're warm enough. Your body's warm enough that you're just fine in these really cold temperatures.
These waters are traveling over 100, 120 miles, 130 miles away.
Wow.
They're from it's above Los Alamos. It's called a valley called Valle Calderas. And it's an old, thousands of years ago, it was volcanoes. And this is some of the veins, some of the water, volcanic, that's coming, underground. That's traveling over 100 miles to get to us.
Man, I bet it was a lot hotter when it started.
I'm sure it was. And there's some, we have them capped because they're just way too hot. But the springs were people started to use them back in the Westerners started using them probably around the early 1800s. But the Native Americans, the Pueblos and the Plains who met here were way before us. But the name, the actual pronunciation is Moctezuma, M-O-C, Moctezuma is how it's pronounced. But everybody knows it as Montezuma. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. We have minerals. These are all natural. There's no preservatives. There's no changing in the chemical or nothing. This is coming straight from underground. And the highest mineral content we have in here is lithium. So if you leave here, you think, oh, I'm so comfortable. Well, it's because the lithium has actually entered the pores. And it's a natural.
Yeah, I've noticed my skin is so incredibly soft. Like crazy soft. Yeah. Like I don't do any kind of skincare or any of that. Yeah. Just never really got into that kind of thing. But after getting out of these hot springs, I just feel so comfortable and like I feel looser and like I have joint problems.
Some lithium.
Yeah.
The lithium.
Yeah, it just everything seems to have loosened up, and I'm just so much more comfortable after using these springs.
Down the road, we are going to be putting placards to give people information about what minerals are in the water.
That's fantastic. Is there a website that the viewers can go to donate?
That's the cue card that we took a picture of right over here.
Okay, well, I'll post that picture in the comments section.
Yes,
so
please.
I'll post that first.
Yeah. And we are listed in books, by the way.
Oh, how cool.
We thought it was our own little secret, but it's not. Somebody has published hot springs all over the United States.
Yeah, I saw it on
we
Google
are
Maps. That's what brought me here.
There you go.
Yeah.
We just ask that you respect it and treat it as though it was your own home, because it is free. We want to keep it free for the public, for people to enjoy. Any donations, we have a donation, a GoFundMe. Nobody gets paid. It's all volunteers.
Is there a name for the GoFundMe?
It's the Friends of Montezuma.
It's the same thing. Okay, gotcha. Just making sure. So yeah, definitely, guys, if you're checking this out and you guys are going to go to New Mexico and check out these hot springs, northern New Mexico, or even if you just support the cause and you think that this is a beautiful thing that we're doing here, go ahead and go to Friends of Montezuma on
Hot Springs.
Yeah, Friends of Montezuma Hot Springs on the GoFundMe page, and donate whatever works for you.
It's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook as well. Yeah. So definitely check that out, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me. Is there anything else that you wanted to shout out before we cut it loose for the day?
Just everybody welcome. Enjoy our little community of northern New Mexico, Las Vegas, and the northern surrounding communities. and just respect us and enjoy yourselves and come back and visit us again.
Have you visited Virginia before?
All right. Well, that's it for
So
today.
how do I get to see this?
I'm about to post it. Hold on, I gotta end the
Okay.
video. As always, guys, thank you so much for viewing. If there's anywhere you want me to go or anything you want me to do, put it in the comments below.